What is your big three or your BFD? And if you don't know what it is, why do you need it? Oh, you need it, all right. Find out on this episode of Authentic Selling TV. You got your big old three or your BFD? Yeah, you know me. This is one that you're going to want to save. It's one that you're going to want to put on the replay because I've been teaching selling for 12 years. And this is the biggest area that all entrepreneurs struggle with, no matter what stage of business you're in. No matter what stage of business you're in. Newer entrepreneurs struggle with this, and experienced entrepreneurs struggle with this. As well as corporate sales reps struggle with this because I don't know why, but they don't teach you this in corporate sales schools. Seriously, if you have a corporate sales force, you need to bring me in to teach this to your reps. I guarantee you your sales will go up. It makes that much difference. I am talking about your big three or your BFD, your big freaking deal. Oh, pretty passionate about this one. In all seriousness, you are going to want to save this video because you will come back to it over and over and over and over. So, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do I communicate what I actually do? How do I shine a light on the transformation? How do I really showcase the difference that I make in the lives of my customers without overpromising? And that without overpromising is a really big deal because I feel like at least in the online world, we are really, really aware of false promises. And we're really aware of loopholes. Like this class we bought said it was going to blah. Oh, gotcha. You didn't do that. So we're really aware and sensitive to that. So I'm going to take you through a couple of steps on how to find your BFD, your big freaking deal, or your big three. And then I'm going to tell you how you can avoid making false promises with your BFD. But let's find it first. So there are lots of tools inside of Sales Prep School and Authentic Selling University to help you with this, but I'm going to teach you my favorite one, and it's so easy to use. I will have customers come back to me who I haven't worked with in a decade and say, every time I write a sales page, I hear that southern voice of yours in my head saying this question. And the question is, why does it matter? Now, I want to slow that question down because you could be like, oh yeah, okay, I got this. I got it. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? On to the next 50 million things I got to do. We need to slow it down. Because again, almost every entrepreneur that I've ever worked with struggles with this, and all of the reps struggled with this in corporate selling. I learned this in corporate selling from a great sales rep. She taught me this. And we got to have it. We got to have it. It allows you to speak to the benefits of what you do. And you can take a lot of online courses, or you'll see these posts on social media and they'll say, talk about the transformation that you delivered. Don't talk about the benefit. You talk about the transformation. Spoiler alert, those are the same thing. That's somebody who doesn't know sales talk. But the transformation is where it can start to feel muddy or icky, sleazy, slimy, gross, crusty, musty, rusty, dusty, because we don't want to make false promises. So we're going to do this in two phases. Phase one is we're going to get some options for your BFD or your big three down. And then we're going to, again, avoid making false promises. So think about what you do. Think about the tactical, practical part of what you do. So, are you a coach? Do you have one-on-one sessions with people? Do you have group coaching? Are you a course creator? Do you have a course that teaches 1, 2, 3, right? You've got modules, and each module teaches something different. Are you a consultant? Are you a face-to-face rep? So, let's use face-to-face selling. I'm going to use drugs again. No, I'm not. I'm going to use lumber because I sold lumber. I mean, what did I actually do for my people? I didn't teach them anything, but I got lumber delivered to their lumber yard, right? They bought lumber from me. It delivered. There's no benefit there, y'all. Same thing is true with when you think about what you actually do. Coaching, consulting, courses, the modules inside the course, what you teach. I'm going to teach you mindfulness. Let's use that as an example. You're going to learn mindfulness from me. Okay? What? You're going to learn mindfulness from me. Why does that matter? Why does mindfulness matter? Now, again, we're slowing this down so it might hurt your brain a little bit, but you really need to see this. So you may know as the expert why mindfulness matters. You may know as the expert why working through your limiting beliefs matters. You may know as the expert why walking for 10 minutes a day when you get up in the morning matters. But your customer likely doesn't, or they would already be doing it. And if they do know it, so it's not rocket science to know we need to eat a lot of greens and eat healthy, right? So if you're a nutritionist, I'm going to teach you how to eat greens and eat healthy. I already know I need to do that. So none of that stuff sells, y'all. None of it. You're going to call me, lumber's going to show up. That doesn't sell because there are probably other people they can call to have lumber show up. So you really have to slow down what you do. So if you teach mindfulness, why does it matter? Ask yourself this question. Why is it important that someone learn mindfulness today? What is learning mindfulness going to do for them? Why is it important that someone learns about their limiting beliefs today? Why is it urgent? And why is it urgent that someone buy this lipstick today? Right? Like, I don't know, is it urgent? Answer that question. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? And I'm going to give you a spoiler alert here. There are likely only a few reasons that ultimately people buy anything. Pleasure, happiness, or to make them more happy, to give them more time, to make them healthier. So pleasure, entertainment, to make them happier, to give them more time, to make them healthier. I left one out. To make them money or save them money. Those are your big five. Pick from those. It's multiple choice test. Which one do you do? I make them healthier, but mindfulness also makes them happier. Great, put those down. Then all you have to do is come up with creative ways to say that, right? And I'm going to tell you how to do that in a minute. But list all the things you do. I deliver lumber, okay? Does lumber make them happier? Probably not. Does lumber make them healthier? Probably not. Does lumber bring them pleasure? God, I hope not. If it does, I don't want to know how. Does it make them healthier? Probably not. Does it make them money? Yep, it does. It also keeps them from getting yelled at by their boss because they have supply, blah, 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 blah. Like you can go down into a story here. So pick your five. We're going to go over them one more time. Does it bring them pleasure? Does it make them happier? Does it give them more time or save them time? Does it make them healthier? Does it make them money or save them money? Pick one or pick two or pick three. Then ask yourself this question. Why does it matter? Why does it matter to be happier? Why does it matter to have more money? Why does it matter to be healthier? And if that hurts your brain, you're not alone. Ask yourself this. What changes for people when they have more pleasure? When they're happier? When they have more time? When they're healthier? When they have more money or save more money? What changes? What are they able to do now that they weren't able to do before? Now you're getting closer to your big three. Now, a hack or a shortcut is to go buy a bunch of magazines. I love magazines, especially if you're in the self-help industry, or go buy a bunch of industry publications or Google a bunch of industry publications and look at how other people say this. We're not going to copy them, but that should be food for inspiration. So what does Oprah say? Live your best life, okay? Live your best life. That's 4. So we're not going to say that, But anytime anybody tells you that happiness doesn't sell, tell them, have you met Oprah? Happiness sells, right? So how can you say that? And if you look at the articles inside of O Magazine, you're going to see creative ways to say, make yourself happier. Go to Barnes and Noble, get a cup of coffee, and look at all the books written about your area of expertise, life coaching or nutrition. How do they say it? Write down about 30 that feel really good to you, and then go back and play with these words and figure out how to come up with your big three. Your big three may change over the course of your business, but it doesn't change much. And this doesn't have to be complicated. We help you find and close clients so you can make more money. How simple is that? We do it. That's what we do. So you're going to start with listing the features of what you do. I make sales calls. I call to see if you need lumber. I ensure the lumber's shipped on time. The lumber's a quality product, whatever. And then you're going to ask yourself, why does any of that matter? I do coaching calls. I have these 4 modules. These are all intentional choices that you've added into your offer. Why is it there? And if the answer is, I don't know, that's not a good answer. If the answer is because everybody else does it that way, that's not a good answer. It needs to be done with intention. So why did you put them there? Because they really need to learn mindfulness. Because they really need to blah, blah, blah. Great. Why do they really need to do that now? Why does it matter? What changes for them? What are they able to do or not do or save or cut out that they weren't able to before? Give me examples of that. And then ask yourself, does it bring them more pleasure? Does it make them happier? Does it create more time or save them time? Does it make them healthier? Does it make or save them money? And then look at creative ways to say that. And you're going to stumble upon your big three that you use over and over and over and over and over and over. And this becomes the foundation for every time you talk about what you do. You don't have to think about it. You can build off of this, but you've got your BFD. I'm a big freaking deal because I help you find and close clients, which makes you more money. And I do it without the ick, sleeve, slime, the grossness. The crusty, musty, rusty, dustiness. I do it in a way that feels good. So you can play off of that. We put too much pressure on ourselves to figure it all out in step number 1. Let's baby step this. So tell me, after you do this exercise, I want to know below, what are your big three? I want to see them. I'm going to coach you for free. I'm going to help you get there if you get stuck, but you got to talk back. You got to tell me in the comments. And before you do that, be sure to ring that bell so that you never miss an episode of how you can find more clients, close more clients so that you can make more money in a way that feels good to you. I believe in you and I believe in your business. Bye, y'all.